Hi everyone, I'm here to address any issues that can happen with the Hyaluron Pen. Even though it's a pretty new device and it's simple to use, you need to have training because without training there's many things that can arise, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. These are some reasons why you should be trained. We're going to start with the quality of the pen. Quality of the pen definitely matters. Where you buy your pen, if you're buying it online and you're getting a really cheap deal, that's probably because the quality is low. I know we all love to get deals and everybody loves to get a bargain, but sometimes when you're dealing with things like medical devices where you're injecting product into people's skin and going to that level, I suggest investing a little bit and making sure that the products you're using are fine. I see people using low quality devices, and we're going to talk about the issues that happen with them today. And also the filler as well. You have to make sure it's an injectable and not a hyaluronic acid that is meant for the skin surface, because a lot of people are injecting the wrong acid. They think that they're getting a great deal because it's so cheap, but it's actually meant for the top of the skin, not for injecting. So you want to make sure of that. But we're going to talk about the quality of the pen. So the low quality pens, the pressure is usually off. I have a lot of people letting me know that their clients are bruising like crazy, and when I ask them where they're buying the pens, there's specific places where they are a lot cheaper. I'm not going to say names because I don't like to do that, but when you see that it's too good to be true, it usually is. So please do some research on where you're buying the items from. Also with the pressure, you don't want the pen to break mid-session. This can happen also. I've heard of this happening, so always have like a backup pen. I usually have two pens anyway. Even with the better quality pens, you never know. There's always a possibility of a manufacturer defect, so you just don't want to take chances and be in between treatment and have this issue with your clients. So the problem with the low quality pens is the bruising. The bruising is pretty bad. It can go all over the face, all over the lips. Bruising is a possibility, so if you see a bruise, doesn't definitely mean that you have a low quality pen. You can have a very good pen and also bruise. Bruising is a possibility when you are injecting with needles as well. Sometimes you get a little bruise on the lips. Under the eye, you're definitely going to bruise. Doesn't matter what kind of pen you're using. Under the eye always bruises. But like, I'm talking about a lot of bruising. Like, I've been sent pictures from people who are bruised all over the face, all over the lips, all over the chin area, and you don't want to send your clients home looking like they got beat up. So a slight bruise here and there as a possibility side effect, that's kind of acceptable, even though that can be a pain in the butt too. But you really don't want them going home like completely bruised, because that just looks awful and it looks bad and it scares people, makes them not want to get the treatment done because it looks like they got beat up. Another thing that can happen if you don't understand how to pressurize the pen properly, if you haven't been trained or you're really not getting it, even though you've taken training, you might not be happy with the training. You might think you can train yourself, but the pressure of the pen is very important, that you know how to adjust the pressure. I am planning on doing a video like that very soon. That way people can get how to load the pen and how much filler is in there and what to adjust it at, because doing that wrong can cause blistering, where you're injecting too much product in one shot and then they end up with this big bubble on their lip, which can be quite painful for them and unpleasant for both you and the client, because I'm sure that's not what you want to do to your clients. You want to keep the procedure as painless as possible. Another thing can happen with the pressure being off. Not adjusting the pressure properly can be swelling. Swelling is also common. It's a common side effect, especially in lips. Lips will definitely swell. So if you're doing somebody's lips, you can't wait 5-10 minutes after the treatment. As soon as your treatment's done and you massage them out, you want to go right ahead before you even take your after photos. Go get some ice, have them ice it, and then you can take your photos afterwards. But get the ice on it right away, because you don't want them going home with sausage lips. That also scares them. It's very scary for your client to go home and see these huge lips growing on their face. If it does happen, I mean, it's not terrible. It looks terrible, but it's not long term. It's going to last about max 48 hours, and then you're going to see the swelling starting to go down. You're going to tell the people to continue icing, and that will get them through the next 2 days. I just hope that they don't have any parties to attend, which I suggest. I never do anyone's fillers 2-3 days before a party anyways. I always make sure it's done a week before. If they tell me they're having a party in a few days, I tend to stay away from doing the procedure. So another reason you can have swelling is if you put too much product in one session. So when it comes to lips, let's say lips after about 20 to 30 minutes, they begin to swell. So if you've put in only 1 ml and the person wants 2 ml, by the time it's about 20 minutes in, you as the practitioner have to say, no, not today. Your lips are beginning to swell, and you're going to give them ice right away and have them ice the area and come back in 2 weeks. Because if you put in the whole 2 ml that day, they are going to blow up. The lips will just look way too big, and they'll be unpleasant. They'll be very swollen, and you're just better off to do it in 2 sessions. So you don't want to put too much product in one session. And don't forget age appropriateness. You don't want your 65-year-old client having 20-year-old lips. So another issue involving the blistering and the pressure of the pen and the misuse is infection. Also, when you're getting trained, you learn how to be clean. You don't want infection, dirty hands. You have to warn your client afterwards when you put I always put the vitamin E after the treatment, and with my gloves on, of course. And after we're done, I tell the client not to be touching their lips for the next 24 to 48 hours with their hands, because you know they're healing. You don't want dirt from their hands going into the lips. So that's just a few things that can happen with the Hyaluron pen. I hope you all have a great night, and I hope you're enjoying your practice and you're all learning, and my videos are helping you out. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in any of my products, I have my own brand, Hyaluron Queen. If you're interested in trying them out, you can email me. My website's under construction, and at the moment I am working on my information guide. So until the information guide is ready, in the meantime, I'm distributing through email. Send me an email at lc@hyaluron-queen.com. I can then send you a list of products. If there's anything you need, you can let me know. I have all the supplies for aesthetics. I have machines, I have different serums. If you're interested, send me an email. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I thank you all for following. I hope you all have a good night. Bye, guys.